Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, April 8th, 2015, and the U.S. stock market is closed. I called the Dow negative yesterday and kind of predicted a disaster for us. I was dead wrong. We ended up having a fabulous day, even though the Dow, it did gain 27 points. 27 points isn't very much, but we really had a terrific day, even though I look at this chart and you wonder why we had a terrific day. The Dow started opening very strong at the beginning of the day, and then it failed up here, came down, went negative, then they kind of came in and bought it, bid it up, and things are kind of cruising around this area, around our middle red line, and then we had this huge spike down. I'm not sure if there was some news there. Whatever caused that scared the heck out of me, because when this thing was going down, it looked to me, okay, I was right, we're going down to the floor, but traders jumped on this, bid it up, and as I say, Dow ended up closing up 27 points. So it was all over the place today, but despite that fact, we really didn't have any wild swings in our equity, and things just started out good and kept getting better. The starting out good was, we had negative $10,000 yesterday, and we had a whole pile of positions in, and folks, let me tell you, I've been through this so many times. When you have that kind of setup in open trade going into the next day, it usually doesn't get better next day, and it doesn't get better even if the overall market goes up. It's just that when you're down $10,000, that just isn't going to get better. Well, it did get better today. We got out with positive $1,600, so we saw a swing there of over $11,000 from where we were at on the close yesterday to where we finally got out. And even we could have gotten out even better if somehow we would have traded the system a little bit different, because that open trade actually was pretty high about 30 minutes into the day, and then by the time we got out 15 minutes later, it plunged quite a bit, but it was still positive. So we turned negative $10,000 into positive $1,600. That was fantastic. And that all happened when the Dow's up about here. Then it comes down and wigs, wags all over the place. And while it's doing this, we start accumulating like crazy. We got into a whole pile of positions. And here's the good news, folks. With all the positions that we bought today, and we bought a pile, we're holding positive $13,000 open trade equity going into tomorrow. Just absolutely terrific. I can't believe it. So we made money across the board today with the overall market doing this stuff. So I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's good, and I'll take the money. I'll show you a few of our trades here. This first one, this was the best trade we had in terms of what we got out of today and what contributed to that those positive numbers on our exits. This is Immersion Corporation. We had bought this yesterday, and it had gone a little bit in favor of us. It really popped up this morning. And when I say if we could have gotten out a little bit earlier this morning, we would have done better. As you see, it came back here, and that is where we got out. We still made $2,000 in Immersion Corporation, but I think we're probably getting close to $4,000 at the top of that spike. But of course, you can't expect to sell the highs of the day. So that's just the way it was. I'll show you the really great stuff today. This is an ADXX. That's Advaxis. Advaxis, and that is a drug company, I believe. We bought this today about the second hour, and it just kept going and screaming and screaming. Very, very strong. And we had 8,000 shares, and we are holding almost $5,000 in open trade equity in Advaxis. So that's just super trade there. And then a final one here, and I don't think I've even shown this. I forgot to mark something on my page here. Let's see. This is RDUS, which is Radius Health, and we bought this right at the end of the first hour of the day, and just look at this thing. This thing just climbed and climbed and climbed and ended up closing near its high, which I always like to see. We got over $4,000 in Radius Health here in open trade. So we had an absolutely terrific day on a day I had predicted disaster. Trader Bob was dead wrong. Happy Trader Bob was dead wrong. We had a great day. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday.